And so because of that, I spent a greater portion of my time on the platform, learning how it's done and getting to know new features. Like recently now, LinkedIn rolled out the collaborative articles. And so many
Yes.
people don't know how it's done. And so because I was always on the platform, I was able to, like, in April, I got into a masterclass and a LinkedIn coach actually was teaching how it's done. And so
Yeah.
most people didn't know, or some still don't know up to now. So, but because I had early access or learned about it before other people, I was able to implement it. And today now I have like 3 top voice badges in different
Wow.
fields. And I also like train my clients to say, okay, this is how I did it. This is how you can also get it so that you can get your own top voice badge.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining again. This is already our episode number 5 of the podcast, the Tec-One stories. We have stories about freelancers, we have stories about coaching, we have stories about digital nomads and working abroad online. And yeah, I'm very excited. Today we have Zinzile Mhlanga. I hope I pronounced it correctly. You will introduce yourself in a minute and will tell us what is your name and where you're from and what is your story as a freelancer. So yeah, welcome to the episode number 5 and welcome Cynthia. I call you Cynthia. I think this is fine. You told me I should do that. It's much easier for me. And welcome, and please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof, for having me today. I really feel honored. So my name is Zinzile, but I prefer people calling me Zinzi. It's actually
Yes.
easy this way.
Yeah.
And I am based in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, which is like in Southern Africa. And I've actually been like a VA for 1 year now. And prior actually to being a VA, I used to be like an administration officer in microfinance. And that was like for 4 years. And unfortunately, when I got laid off, I was also keen like to go back into the corporate world. I was like, okay, let me take a step back and see what I can do. And I think what really motivated that was because like Zimbabwe, there's like a high unemployment rate. There are no jobs. And so I thought, okay, what options do I have? Can I offer my skills online? What can I do? Because I used to see so many programs online. And so when I came across the virtual assistant program under ALX Africa, I was intrigued. I was like, okay, let me try this and see if it's for me. So that's
Yeah.
how I got introduced into like virtual assistants. It was not something I'd planned. It's something that I came across like due to like me being laid off and thinking for a new path to take on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is so exciting and you're doing so well. I mean, you're connecting with people all over the world. I mean, I see it, I see your posts and I see also how you connect and how you interact. So I feel that it's a lot of fun for you and you like it. But how did everything start? Did you just try it yourself to go on LinkedIn, or did you have teachers or coaches or a friend? So how did you start everything? Because now I see you're doing so well, but how was it in the beginning?
Okay, so how I got started was I've always been on LinkedIn, but when
Mhm.
I joined LinkedIn, it was to look for a job. So I wasn't
Ah,
active.
okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So you
I
use
wasn't
LinkedIn for the other side. You use LinkedIn for searching for jobs, and now there's a business
exactly.
platform. Ah, okay. But that's good. So you have been used to LinkedIn. I think we can tell it to a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people are searching for jobs on LinkedIn, but
Mhm.
actually they should maybe try it out like you to use it also as a business platform. What do you think?
Exactly, exactly. So after using it as a job searching tool, I was familiar with how it worked, but I was
Yeah,
not yet familiar with using it as a service provider and looking for clients. So
interesting.
when I finished my VA like program, I did like voluntary work for like 2 people whilst I was in the program. And the people actually, I approached them from LinkedIn. I
Hmm.
pitched myself, I greeted them, hi, how are you? And I told them the program I was doing and that I wanted to offer my services as a learning phase for just 2 weeks. and they were open to it because we had been connections for a while. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I got my first 2 volunteer clients. And then after 2 weeks, they asked me, like, what are you doing when you graduate? And I was like, okay, I'm actually thinking of being a VA, but this would be my first time. And they were like, okay, fine. We actually would really love you to join our team. So that's how I got my first client. So it
Great.
came from being voluntary work to actually being like a client. So that's how I landed my 2 clients. And
Great.
so everything I've done so far, LinkedIn, I've been learning from others. I've been seeing how other freelancers create content, how they market, and what other fellow VAs that have been on LinkedIn, how they present themselves. And so it's all the experiences of others, I could say, that I have been taking on myself and implementing to see what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's all about trying it out, right? And this is what you do. And I see LinkedIn is not a typical social media platform. You really can connect with people there, right? So you're not dependent to the algorithm. You're not dependent to doing perfect videos like on TikTok, maybe. You're not dependent to do anything. It's just about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing it step by step, right? So, and this is what you did. And yeah, what was maybe the biggest learning? So you do it now for 1 year, right? So you started about 1 year ago to connect on LinkedIn. But what was your biggest learning, or what is your main advice to people like you that live maybe in a country in Africa or somewhere, and are very shy and want to start on an international platform? What is your biggest learning or your biggest advice? What would you say?
Okay, I think firstly, you have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded and maybe join a community, be amongst other people that are doing what you do. That will give you confidence because they will challenge you. And then most people from Africa, one barrier we face is that when you're dealing with international clients, it's kind of hard to build trust because most people buy from people that they like and trust.
Yeah.
And so when you create content, it's important as well to build relationships like in the DMs and behind the scenes. Get to know someone, their business, understand what they're about. That will break the barriers. Because if you just come to someone and just tell them that I'm Zinzile, I'm a VA, I offer 1, 2, 3, they will not be open. Like in any normal scenario, they'll not be open to it. But if you take time to build relationships with the people on LinkedIn, so that could be through supporting their content, engaging maybe in every activity, if they hold masterclasses. That's like a stepping stone of becoming near to someone. And I think basically as well, you need to fight limiting beliefs. Don't look down on yourself. Have confidence in what you have to offer and present that to whoever you feel may benefit from your services. So I always say, book a call with someone or offer to help in the beginning, offer your support, train them on something. And then when they identify that, okay, I actually need this, because some people actually don't know they need your services until you actually come in contact with them. So that's what I have would say that's what I've actually put at the forefront of everything I do. I take away to say, okay, I'm from Zimbabwe. I remove that mindset and I tell myself it's possible and I put myself out there.
Yeah, this is really an important point, and I think this is true for everybody, whether you're from Africa or from Europe or from the US. A lot of people from the other side, also from Europe, they think now they are in Europe and now they are better in LinkedIn or something like that. No, they are not. So LinkedIn is a new space, right? And there are new rules, and you have to learn the rules. Whether you're from Africa or you're from Europe or from US, you have to learn the new rules, and then you're successful, right? And sometimes it's also disappointing. I mean, I think everybody knows that. I know that. I guess also you know that there are phases where don't get your response, where you have to wait, where is this discouraging. And so what do you do then, Zinzile, when you have these phases, right? So you can be also very alone on LinkedIn, right? So nobody is responding to your offers, right? So what do you do when you have this loss or this disappointing phases? Do you talk with friends? Do you talk with your family, or you go to LinkedIn again and find the right persons there?
Okay, so what I normally do is I reach out to other people who are doing what I'm doing, like other virtual assistants, whether they're from London, US, or
Great,
Africa. I want to
great.
find out from them. So how is it going for you? How are you getting clients? Because I've been trying 1, 2, 3, and I'm not getting responses. So when I hear like the different advices and encouragements, like for example, at first I used to think maybe because I'm from Africa, I'm not getting as much clients. Then I had a friend from London and she's a VA. And she was like, I'm struggling with clients. How
So
are
she
you
has the
getting
same
clients?
problem. Yeah,
She
yeah,
had the same problem. I was like, oh my gosh. So, okay, so it's not where I'm from. It's
true.
we need to figure out how to get clients. It's not based on your location. So time from time, she always comes back to me saying, I need your advice. I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I want clients. I'm struggling with this. So in a way, we kind of encourage each other to say, okay, our approach was wrong. What can we do better? Maybe we should fix this part. Maybe our niche is not clear. Maybe
Yeah,
our what we want to provide, it's not clear. Because with LinkedIn, there's so many people. And what most of us challenge is being able to say, this is what I can do for you. People don't
yeah,
have much time, so your value proposition has to be very clear. So
yeah,
I find that's where most of us struggle. And in
yeah.
such cases, that's when you start leaning to coaching to ask other people to say, okay, what do I do? How do I position myself?
Yeah, and you need to talk a lot, right? And you really need to find out what is your niche, and this is what is really interesting also about Cincy. So go to her LinkedIn profile, find out what she's doing. She's not a typical VA. She has really special ideas and special skills. So find out what she's doing. But how did you come to this path? What you have now, working with LinkedIn, social media, with the people helping them on LinkedIn. I mean, you could have done also normal VA work, like office work. So, well, what do you like best on working with people on LinkedIn and helping them with CRM and branding?
Okay, so I think at first I actually didn't know I would like it. I think with VA work, you get to discover your passion as you do something. So my first client actually needed help with LinkedIn account management.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to do it for someone else, I discovered, okay, I love doing this. I love
Yes.
doing the research. I love growing their community. And most people tend to ask me for the same thing. So then I grew a love for it because most people tend to come and say, I need help with my account. I need help with growing my community. I need help with content creation. And so because of that, I spent a greater portion of my time on the platform, learning how it's done and getting to know new features. Like recently now, LinkedIn rolled out the collaborative articles. And so many
Yes.
people don't know how it's done. And so because I was always on the platform, I was able to like in April, I got into a masterclass and a LinkedIn coach actually was teaching how it's done. And so
Yeah.
most people didn't know, or some still don't know up to now. So, but because I had early access or learned about it before other people, I was able to implement it. And today now I have like 3 top voice badges in different
Wow.
fields. And I also like train my clients to say, okay, this is how I did it. This is how you can also get it so that you can get your own top voice badge.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really exciting what you're sharing and what people can learn from you. And you're also a coach, right? So you're also coaching people in one-on-one.
Yes, yes, I do. I do. I get a lot of people, like maybe people are like 2 or 3 steps behind me. They reach out to say, okay, I noticed you got a top voice badge, or I
Mm.
noticed you're a VA, you've been doing this for a while. Oh, I saw your post on this. Can you help me? So sometimes I coach people on tools I use on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I teach people on how to build relationships behind the scenes to say, okay, sometimes don't sell at first instance, build a relationship with someone. And I literally like show them through my profile, this is how I do it. This is how I build a relationship. And some people, it's actually maybe coaching on exactly like which skills they should like focus on, how to group their packages and stuff like that. So I've been able to pass on the knowledge that other people have also passed on to me.
Yeah, great, great. Yeah. So, and whom are you coaching? Are you coaching people from all over the world or from your region? So I mean, you already told us that you're connecting with people all over the world and you're not shy, and actually you're learning a lot if you're working on an international basis. This is true for everybody. But whom are you coaching?
Okay, so sometimes I have coaching sessions with other VAs from Philippines or
Great.
Indonesia. And then today I had one with a VA from Kenya. And so it really varies. It really varies. It could be from any country. I'm not selective.
Yeah.
Anyone who reaches out and says, I need your help in this area, I'm always open to support someone as long as I can add value or I know that particular area you need help with. I'm always open to supporting others.
Yeah, and this is so interesting. You meet people from all over the world you never could meet with traveling because this is too much time, right? So it's really exciting to meet all the people with LinkedIn and online. But still, it is interesting also, or it is possible also, as soon as you work online, you can live everywhere in the world, right? Because you can work from every place in the world. Is there a country you would like to move, maybe at least for a short time? Do you have a favorite place you would like to move to?
I think my number one destination, if I was to become a digital nomad, I think my first place would be Dubai. I am intrigued by the place, the fast life. I wouldn't mind moving to Dubai and then maybe later on moving to Asia. I'm fascinated by Malaysia or Singapore. I find those places
Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah, great. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is interesting. This is one of the secrets of you, right? You where you want to go, and yeah, yeah, maybe it will be possible one day. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we talked already. Sorry, go ahead, please. We have some more time.
of course, no, I'm saying no, that's true. I was agreeing to what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe this will be possible one day. And yeah, we hope it for you. And thank you for sharing all these insights. And if you want to know more about Zinzile, reach out to her. It's very easy to talk with her. It's very easy to learn from her. I already had many sessions, so she's learning from me. I'm learning from her. So this is what we typically do on LinkedIn. We are learning from each other, and yeah, it's very exciting to reach out to Zinzile. Please do it, and I hope I see you in the next podcast. You're also watching the next episode, and if you like what we are doing, please subscribe and like it here on YouTube, but also on LinkedIn. And I hope I see you all one day in a group meeting or in a one-on-one session. Yeah, so thank you very much for this episode. Thank you, Zinzile, for sharing all your insights, and see you next time.